Here today with Rachel and Anya, two of our second year Financial Technology Higher Level Apprenticeship students. And we are here just to have a bit of a chat about how they're finding the apprenticeship and just to let you know a little bit more about this opportunity. So welcome guys, and thanks very much for doing this video for us. So first question I guess I have is, can one of you maybe explain what a higher level apprenticeship actually is?
Yeah, so a higher level apprenticeship is basically just a program where you earn as you learn. At a university level, like the course we're doing, you're employed by a company in the field related to your degree, and you attend university part-time, just along with carrying out your studies outside of these times.
Perfect. And so then where do you work and what are you studying then at the moment?
I can answer this one for both of us because we have both the same job title. Anya and I are both junior analysts in Fintru working in the tech team, and we're doing the financial technology degree.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about what your sort of typical week would look like? So if somebody was choosing to go down the higher level apprenticeship route, what does that look like?
I could start this one off. So during term times in university, we work 4 days a week and go to uni 1 day a week. And during the holidays in summer, we work the 5 days a week. Specific to our course, our weeks can look very different depending on what we're doing in work. So previously we were doing rotations around different areas of technology, so like programming, QA and data, and just kind of carrying out the daily tasks within these areas. Touching on the travel aspect, we currently work from home and can book a desk if we'd like to go in, or sometimes we organise to go in on like presentation days or team days. So the travelling for work is really up to you. And then for uni, we were online learning for our first year, but we started travelling up to Jordanstown at the start of year 2, and hopefully should be Belfast campus by the time we get to year 3.
Yep, for studying the week, we just have our uni on Fridays and work Monday through Thursday. We get our uni work done during our free time, but our work is actually kind enough that if the workload is small enough in work, they'll just let us go on with our uni work, which is really, really helpful. Also, as for socialising with the HLA, you meet so many people. Even just in working in uni, and you end up just kind of making friends through that. But also for socialising, because we only work till 5 p.m. on weekdays, you have every evening free and you have your full weekends free. So if you ever do want to hang out with your mates, you're pretty much available to whenever, which is quite handy.
Brilliant. So are you sort of still friends then with people that do like full-time university courses?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Great. And how do you find sort of working and going to university, at the same time?
I'll start this one off. I found that it's actually quite good. Having good income while studying is really, really beneficial, but also the experience you get in work can apply to certain modules. Like we had a business analysis and practice module, and actually working in a company gives you a better idea of it. Like you can understand how the concepts apply better to a business. And also, even with some of the coding experience we get in work, it translates over to uni.
Yeah, I would agree. It can obviously just become a bit hectic around like when you're doing your full hours and assignments, but as Rachel was saying, you do carry everything you learn from each module, and we use it actually quite a lot in our research tasks or like with programming and stuff. So I would agree with that.
Brilliant. So it sort of maybe makes a bit more sense because you're sort of seeing the theory and practicing it, I guess, which is really good, and all at the same time. Super. And what element of the higher level apprenticeship do you like the best? Is there anything that sort of stands out about it?
Yeah, like as we previously just mentioned there, I think how you can tie in the content you learn in uni and your work tasks, like it really does help with the overall learning of everything. I think the main benefit probably for everyone, that we all have to admit, is the fact there's no student debt at the end. Obviously because your course is fully funded, and then you also don't get a loan, but you do get a competitive salary with work as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like the initial temptation of having no student debt is entirely what pulled me into getting an apprenticeship, and being able to have that stable income from whenever I was 18 was just really good.
Super. And what is your favourite topic then? So you're studying the financial technology degree at the moment. So is there anything that you're particularly enjoying about the degree?
I'll start this one off. There were two modules this year I really enjoyed. One was a database module and one was the business analysis and practice one. But business analysis has to be up there because it was something I didn't have a lot of knowledge on. It was a different area for me. It was concepts I hadn't really heard of or explored before, and it was just interesting to see it translate over to our work lives. I quite enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I think for me, mine's been more the IT modules, probably the JavaScript module in year one. We were starting to do a lot of like software programming and work, and I had no IT background and didn't do it for A level, so I felt like I was a wee bit behind or starting to like struggle with grasping the code compared to other people. But see, when we done that module, like it definitely made it so much easier to learn, and then I was able to use it a lot actually in work as well on top of that. So I'd say that one for me.
Great, yeah, because I guess stuff like that, it helps if you're actually doing it all the time. You know, you sort of need to almost, yeah, practice it and be doing it to grasp it. So that's really good. Then you're able to use it and work. And have you given it? I know you're still in second year. So how many years is the apprenticeship, and do you have any plans for after you graduate? Have you thought about it yet?
So we've 4 years in our course. We've just finished our second year, so we've 2 years to go still. So I suppose not overly thinking about it yet, but I think once you get hired as an apprentice on these courses, they want to train you to retain you. So the plan probably would now would stay at Fintry after and hopefully specialise in a role where like I fit best, essentially.
Yeah, Anya essentially covered what I was going to say. I'm not too sure what I'm doing after graduation, but Fintry have been making a real good effort to try and retain us, so that might be the direction I go.
Oh, super. So like really good job prospects then, hopefully. And then how have you found sort of the support from your employer and from the university? So, you know, you mentioned that obviously they're really great and you know, let you sort of conscious about your studying and let you use opportunities where you can to do that. So have you found that it's been sort of like an easy enough transition from sort of school to university and work life? Okay.
Yeah, our work is generally really supportive in this, and they are helpful of our actual uni life. If we need any help in anything, we have a really good manager. She'll offer support in these things. If we need to be studying, she'll let us take a break from our work if we need to. Even whenever we were doing our database module, she offered us like support because she knew that area. She even offered us like a textbook. And then our lecturers were really good support too. Even we just had, I think it was our financial institutions and markets module, but one of our lecturers was so helpful. We had an essay to do and she read over your essay plans to see if you're going the right direction. So it is nice to get that support from your work and your lecturers.
Yeah, and as Rachel was saying, our manager is really good. Like we would have weekly check-ins as well, and it doesn't have to be talking about work. It can be uni related, or if you're stressed out, just chat about anything. And there's also like a program support area on Blackboard, and then we also have a meeting here, I think, at the start of June with our manager, our course director Claire, and I think a senior manager in our work, and I think it's just to go over our progress throughout the year and see if they can help with anything.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so everyone's sort of like collaborating together, the university, the employer and yourselves.
Yeah.
And if you had to give one reason why someone should maybe consider it, so thinking back to, you know, when you were thinking about applying and now where you're at, you know, what would you say to people? What advice would you give?
I would say to go for it because you get such a head start in your career, because you're coming out of this with 4 years of experience where, for example, if you did like a computing degree, you would come out with your 1 year experience from placement. And I think just having those 4 years of experience, not only does it help you alongside in your uni life, but it will benefit you so much more in the long run. You get so much knowledge from it you just wouldn't get elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I fully agree with that as well. Like I went to Queen's my first year, when I left A levels, and I went into a full-time course, and I just didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really know what I was meant to do with the learning and stuff. And I took a step back after I withdrew from university and found a HLA. It's just the perfect combination of getting your work experience and learning while on the job and stuff as well.
Great. And if anyone did sort of want to apply, can you just tell me just a little bit about like how that process worked? Did you apply through the university or?
Yeah. You apply separately from UCAS. There's a way you do it through Ulster's site. I can't remember too in detail because this was 2 years ago, but you apply through Ulster, and then if Ulster accept you, they'll send you a list of the employers and their contact details from there. You apply to each employer, and you'll send them your CVs, and then you'll go through an interview process with them, and they'll decide if they want you or not. And from there, that's how you get the apprenticeship.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And Fintry are always hiring for apprentices. Like they're quite keen to take on as apprentices every year. So there's 5 of us actually taking. We're actually half our class in Fintry.
Yeah.
And they definitely take on a good amount of apprentices as well.
Very good. So yeah, first protocol then I'll go to the financial technology course page then and the website to apply. So that's brilliant. Well, I think that's sort of everything I wanted to chat to you about today. So thanks so much for coming on, and hopefully you've inspired a few people to take a look and apply to higher level apprenticeship. So thanks very much, Grace.
Thank you.
Thank you.